Okay. Good morning. I need a good stretch today, so I'm hoping you guys do too. Oops. It's on hold. All right. So we've been talking about the niyamas, which are like virtues that are good to develop. And the very last one is called Ishvara Pranadhana. Not sure why I'm hoarse today, but I am. So Ishvara Pranadhana kind of encompasses, if you're able to accomplish this one, then all the other niyamas you don't have to pay attention to because it means surrender to something bigger and higher than just you. So surrender to God or whatever your vision of something greater in charge. Some people call it the universe, whatever it means to you. And I taught a meditation class a few weeks ago and did a lot of research and kind of was reminded of this. It says that having faith, is the number one way to exercise your brain. So it's really good for your brain to think about these things and to really develop a faith in something greater than just your little old self, maybe a group connection. So think about that. Close your eyes. And just turn to your breath. We got growling stomachs going on. Have faith that you will eat again. The idea of surrendering can be applied to the intention we set at the beginning of a yoga practice. So Ishvara Pranadhana can be thought of as offering up the results of one's actions to the divine or to something greater, to God, or perhaps to humanity. In this way, our yoga practice becomes less about what it can do for us, but more about how we can help ourselves stay healthy enough to keep the world around us, or to help the world around us, to enhance the world around us. So go ahead and set your intention for practice. Bring your hands to heart center. When we have faith in something greater and we're able to surrender, we're much more likely to notice that the grace is within us and within others and virtually all around us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. Go ahead and stretch up. Just get out of bed. And then bending your elbows, place your right elbow on top of your left. And then you can either hug or bring the backs of your hands together or maybe even wrap. And feel a big stretch. I do. And then just kind of lengthen the back of your neck around your upper back a little bit more and bring your elbows down a little bit. And then lift them up, lengthen up Just do that a couple times. It's kind of stretching them out. And then pause, unwind, and switch, which the elbow that you have on top. See if there's a difference. And then just very gently round upper back, tuck the chin, and then take that away, lift up, lengthen up. Do that a few times. Stretch out those muscles. Good, and then unwind it. Go ahead and transition to your back. And come to Supta Baddha Konasana. If this doesn't work for your hip carry, you can adjust as needed. Yeah. Just kind of take a few moments to breathe here and check in with different body parts. And just keeping your left knee where it is. Grab your right knee with your right hand and pull it in towards your right arm, shoulder. And then interlace behind that right thigh with it at that wider angle and stretch the legs long. And then just kind of rotate your foot in a circle, stretching out your ankle. And then keeping the left foot where it is, just bring the knee upright and just bring your right knee across the left. Bring your arms in cactus and then hug your legs together. So you might feel your foot against your shin and then lift your knees up, keeping the hips square. Yeah. Eagle legs. And then if you want to, bring your left elbow on top of your right. You can hug your arms together, your legs together, and maybe lift so your elbows come towards your knees. Rounding that upper back. Good, and then release everything to the floor. Bring the right foot and left foot together again, knees open wide. Laying down cobbler's pose. And grabbing your left knee with your left hand, just pull it a little closer. Keep the right foot where it is. One side will feel different. Interlace behind the thigh if you can. Stretch that leg straight. Make a big circle. Foot opening things up there. And lift the right knee. Keep the foot where it is in the middle there. Bring the left knee across. Hug the legs together. If you want to, place the right elbow on top of left. Lift the knees. Hug the feet together. And the legs together. Maybe lift elbows towards the knees. And release, unwind. Bring your feet a little wider. Let your knees come together in the middle. And then however you can get there, come on up to all fours position. You can roll to the side. And just start to move in a big figure eight. Warming up through all the joints. And then switch directions. You can get your brain to think that way. And then pause. And just think of keeping a neutral spine, keeping engaged with the shoulders and the core, and extend just your right leg. Hips stay square to the front. Just for today, point the toe and then lift the left arm. So bird dog. It's also good for your brain when you do opposites. So left side versus right side. So notice that. Keeping everything engaged in the core though. See if you can stay for 2 more breaths. Good, bring the hand and knee down. Go ahead and take a child's pose. Pull the hips way back. And then come on up for the second side. Be mindful with your core. Extend the left leg and the right arm. Think you're lengthening long, but keeping everything square to the floor, front. One more breath. And bring it down. Good. And then just right where you're at in all fours, swivel your right foot out to the side. Extend your left foot long and come up to a little side plank variation. Yeah. And then think, do I have shoulder blades on the back? Can I hollow out my armpit, my left armpit a little more? And then stretch that arm by your ear with the palm facing down. There you go, good. And then maybe even angle towards the floor a bit with your hand, making like a crescent bend in this position, and then come on back to all fours. And we'll switch sides. So left foot swivels, right foot extends. Extend up. My left hand is slightly in front of my shoulder. Think shoulder blades on the back. Maybe angle the arm by my ear. And then possibly arc towards the floor. Only do what feels good. Good. And come on back down to all fours. Now this time just move through a few cow, cat poses. Moving any way you need to just loosen things up. And then keeping the toes curled under, walk your hands back, sit on your heels for a moment. Stretch out the feet. Oh, that feels really tight. Too much sandal use or barefootage, probably good. And then come forward again, and we're going to go back to that bird dog. So right leg and left arm. And notice a nice long engaged spine. Now this time you're going to round to cat, and as you do, bring right knee to left elbow. Just go super slow and then extend it back out. You can do another one. If you can hold things, just keep going for 5. 4. 3. You need to touch down, you can. 2. 1. And release. Switch sides, left leg, right arm. Very mindfully, uniformly round your back, elbow to knee, and stretch it back out. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Send it back out and bring it on in for a landing. Good, this time stretch your feet long and sit back on the heels again. If that doesn't work, you don't have to go all the way back. You get to decide. And then please come forward. This time move your hands slightly in front of your shoulders, curl the toes. Come on up to downward facing dog. Just take a moment here. Walking it out. Checking it out. Checking on shoulder connection, spine connection, hips, hand position. And then once you have everything aligned, just surrender to your breath in the pose. And trying to hold completely still. Having faith that the pose actually very therapeutic once you get it in the right alignment. And then come forward to a plank. And pause there. Draw your low belly up. Lengthen. And then bend the knees. Press the hips back and up and come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend the knees. Push back, down dog. Inhale, plank. This time, lower to the mat. You can lower knees first if you want to. Stretch your feet long. Lift to cobra 3 times, just with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. The main goal is to keep a long spine, not to scoop. One more time. And good. Curl the toes. Push all the way back and up, downward facing. Walk your hands very slowly back to your feet and come to a forward fold there. Just kind of check in with your feet. You have good connection with all parts of the feet. How are your hamstrings? Can you feel connection up and down your legs? And then bend your knees, bring your hands on your knees, and push up all the way to standing. Stretch your arms up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and arc to the side. Should be a little easier because we did that already. Inhale, come back to center. Switch and arc. Coming back to center. Switch again. Arc to your right. Keep weight in your left foot. And see, maybe you can lift the right foot up for a few seconds. And come back down. Come up, switch, arc, right. Weight in the right foot now. Lift the left. And come on back to center, good. And bring your hands down. Now we're doing that opposite is good for the brain thing. So stand on your right foot. Wait until you're ready, lift the left knee. And then see, maybe bring the hand to the hip and extend the opposite arm towards the ceiling. Good, release. Kind of like bird dog, but standing. Lift the opposite knee, your right knee, extend the left arm. Good, and release. Okay, back to the first side. So standing on the right foot, lift the left knee, and then see if you can reach towards the opposite knee with your right hand. You can bring this arm out for balance. And then maybe interlace underneath and extend the leg straight. And release. Well done. Switch sides. Lift the right knee. Reach for it with the left hand. Find the balance. Hips stay square, maybe interlace underneath. And extend. And release. Good job. Stretch your arms up. Reach it way up. And then hold forward again. Uttanasana. And just pause. Surrender to this pose. It feels a lot different than you did it the first time, hopefully. Reconnect with all parts of your feet. Maybe sway side to side, or forward and back, or maybe in a big circle. And then mindfully walk your hands back out to down dog. Come forward to plank. And lower to the mat. Cobra when you're ready. And lower down. Good. Push back to all fours and grab your blocks and bring them under your hands. These are my birthday present from Will and Gabby. New cork blocks. They're kind of nice. Step your right foot forward. Yeah, they're heavy, which is nice. And feel that. Lift your back knee. Just come into a deep lunge position. You have weight even in both feet. Nice long spine, connected spine. And then just keeping your hand on the left block, extend your right arm by your ear. So it's opposite leg, left leg's back, right arm's forward. And at that same angle. So now keep that, stretch the right arm up and open up to a little twist. Maybe reach back. And come on, back down. And then lower your back knee. The same thing, just notice that angle. It's a little more intense angle on that back thigh. And then same angle with your right arm. It's like your right fingertips and your left knee make the same angle all the way up and down. And then open up to a little twist. And bend the elbow if you need to. And reach back down, touch the block, lift the back knee, and step back to down dog. Take a moment to take that in. And then extend the left leg. Bend the knee, bring it to the right elbow for a moment, and then step it through. Deep lunge. Good. I tricked you on that one. Take a moment and deep lunge just to feel. Make yourself very stable. And then extend the left arm straight forward by your ears. The left hip crease stays back. You feel length from left fingertips through the right heel. Good. And then stretch open for that little twist. And touch back down. Good. Lower the back knee. Back to the midline. Feel really secure in your base. Stretch the left arm. And then open up. Twist. And touch down. And lift the back knee. Step back. Downward facing dog. Extend the right leg. Okay, now you know what we're doing. You're going to bring right knee towards left elbow. Pause and then step it through. Good job. This time, ground the back foot down. Bring the left hand to the hip. You want to, you can bring right elbow to the knee or keep the hand on the block. And open up to Parsvakonasana. Now, just for fun, you to feel really strong through, so your arm and your knee are supporting each other. Stretch the left arm by your ear. And then maybe arc towards the floor a little bit. Oh, big stretch. And reach down, touch the block, turn the back heel up. Step back, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg, elbow to knee if possible, and then step it through. Good, ground the back foot down. Take your time setting up, right hand to the hip, back foot really ground, and open up. Utthita Parshvakonasana, arm by the ear if that feels right for you. Maybe arc towards the floor a little bit, just stretching out the right side body. Keeping the left hip crease really moving back, strong through the right foot, and then touch the block. Turn the back heel up, this time step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Surrendering, inhale, pranam. Exhale, surrender and fold. Pause for a moment. And then on your next inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And next inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab your blocks, bring them in front of you. So straight up from the outside of your feet, but on that higher height. So you feel kind of like you're in an L shape. Might have to bend your knees a little bit to feel stable. You want to keep the weight right in the middle of your feet. So adjust the block so that you can feel that. And then extend the right leg straight back. Your hips stay square. Notice your core. Add the left arm. So right leg, left arm. Breathe. See if the weight's still in the middle of your left foot. One more breath. And touch the block, bring the foot down. Turn the toes out slightly, come down to a deep squat. Or not. It's okay. Crampage. And then coming back up, straightening out the feet, setting up for the other side. Now you know where you're going. I always have to kind of check whether the weight's in the middle of my feet again. Spread it to all four corners. Then extend the left leg and the right arm. Bird dog, standing up. Try your low belly up, rib cage is back. Breathe. Hold for 2 more breaths if you can. But honor where you're at today. It's okay if you need to come down earlier. And touch down. Good. Bring the blocks back by your feet. And inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back, deep lunge. Ground that back foot down. Left hand to the hip. Stay grounded through the back foot. Straighten the right leg. If you need to bring the hand higher or block higher, please do. And open up for triangle pose. Just for fun, stretch the arm by the ear if you can. And if you want to add the right hand by the right ear as well, and then arc towards the floor a little bit. Oh, this is definitely adding on, and then touch down, bend the front knee. Step back, down dog. Lose the blocks for a moment. And just a vinyasa or child's pose, you decide. Inhale to plank. Exhale, surrender to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. All fours so you can grab the blocks. And then downward facing dog. Extend the left leg. Bring it to the right elbow, step it through. Good job. Ground the back foot down. Right hand to the hip. Take your time. Maybe straightening the left leg, opening up to triangle pose. Just take it slow. Maybe you don't go as deep. Stretch the arm by the ear. Keep that back foot really grounded. Maybe add the left arm. Arc a little more. And touch down. Good. Bend the front knee. Step back. Down dog. And lower your knees. You can set the blocks out of the way now. Hands are slightly in front of the shoulders. And we're going to do vasisthasana again. So we did it on our knees before. You can do that again if you want. Or if you want more, come up to downward facing dog. Take a moment just to feel super aligned and stable. Hands spread, and then swivel your feet to the right. So your right foot's on the little toe side, left foot's on the inside, and come up to vasisthasana. Beautiful. And if you want to try arcing towards the floor, can. Good. Come on back down. Take a child's pose. That was beautiful. And since we have another side, come on up. And you can do it whichever way works best for you. From your knees or from down dog. Swivel both heels to the left if you're in down dog. Find vasisthasana. Maybe arm by the ear. Maybe angle down. And come on back down. Come down to your knees. And I'm going to have you do it one more time. This time I'm going to give you the option of extending the top leg so that it's an opposites thing, okay? So watch. So you're going to do it. If you're going to try that, stack your feet. And then left arm extends. extends, maybe arc. Ooh. I'll talk you through. If you're doing down from down dog, go ahead and come on up. Swivel both heels to the right, stack maybe. Maybe just vasisthasana. I want you to feel super strong in your core. Really nice, you guys. Maybe lift the leg. Awesome, and come on down. Let's do the other side. So swivel to the left. Make sure that your left hand's in front slightly. Stack the right leg on. Arm by the ear. Maybe lift. Maybe arc. Oh, come on down when you're ready. And take a child's pose. And come on up to standing and grab one block. This will be fun, I promise. And bring it to the outside of your right foot. Then we're gonna do eagle pose again, but because it's, when you do all those crossovers, it's so good for your brain. So we're gonna try it. And it's nice to do it with the block because then you have something to push into to get all set up. And then you can work to maybe do it with, not have the weight on the block. So standing here, bend both knees. You're gonna shift your weight to your right foot, lift your left knee high and bring it across. So you're stacking it on, and then bring the toes to the block so you can feel stable. Keep the hips square. And then bring the left elbow on top of underneath, because your left leg's on top, and wrap. And then think, I'm hugging the arms together, I'm hugging the legs together. Maybe I can wrap or lift the foot up. My thighs are not allowing me to wrap today. Good, and then unwind. Good job. Switch sides. I like setting it up on the block because it just gives you more time to really get, your core, your legs, your arms involved, and hopefully feel stable. So bend both knees. Lift the right knee across the left. And then left elbow on right. Wrap. Just play. And unwind. Woohoo! Good job. Go ahead and transition down to your backs. And bring your arms in cactus or T. Feet nice and wide on the mat. And then just do some windshield wipers. So both knees to the right and to the left. Just do it at your own pace. And then pause with both knees up and just let your knees come together in the middle. You can even bring the feet wider, just kind of a good angle for your hips and your low back. Bring the knees up. Bring your feet right under the knees. Hands by your hips. Shoulders underneath, just so you feel like your heart's lifted slightly. Press into your feet. Lift up to Satu Bandha bridge pose. And I just want you to kind of feel like you got low hanging fruit with your glutes. They're not squeezing, they're just hanging low. You can even shake your tree a little bit and see if you can feel them. Nah, should feel super good. And lower down. Hug your knees all the way into your chest. And then just kind of move the knees side to side. Just kind of loosen up your low back. Whatever feels good. And just make some circles with your knees. So push them away. Feel the curve in the low back. Bring them wide and back together. Uh, Supporting, but not too much. And then switch directions. And then bring the feet to the floor. Soles together, knees open wide, hands on your belly. And then with the feet beside each other, bring the knees up. And just bring your right knee across your left. Bring your arms to cactus. And I don't know if you'll like this or not, but I'm going to have you lift the knees up so you're in eagle legs. And then roll to your left hip and come down. If it's too intense on your hips, you can unwind and just do regular line twist. And hugging the legs together, come back up. Set the left foot down, unwind, and switch. So left knee on top of right. Lift the feet slightly. Roll to your right hip. A bit more of a deep hip stretch. Excuse me, sorry. And then hugging the legs together, bring it back up. Unwind. Go ahead and stretch out for Savasana. Turning to your breath. Surrendering to the floor. Realizing that you don't have to be so strong anymore. You just allow the floor to support you. Every exhale can feel like a complete surrender. And to notice your breath again. Become ready to start your transition back up to seated. Today, I will not burden myself by thinking I need to run the universe. I needn't control anyone or anything. I need only to show up fully with my heart and in my excellence. I surrender everything to something greater. Every burden and decision I place in a greater mind. I know that as I do, I will be led to divine right thought and action. The universe will arrange itself on my behalf. Please bring hands to heart center, just remembering your intention, beginning of class. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Have a fabulous weekend. Is it? Maybe